All right, shalom, shalom. All right, first and foremost, as always, we want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekakwadash. All right, double honor to the apostles and elders of the great millstone that taught us this truth through the Holy Spirit. All right, peace and blessings and salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect. All right, today we'll be down here by the water. All right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, it's definitely peaceful down here. All right, and Lord willing, you brothers and sisters are edified. All right, with today's lesson. All right, pretty much it's gonna be business as usual. All right, shalom, brother. And we're not really gonna talk about what a lot of brothers have seen, obviously, with the deacon. All right, you know, through the spirit.
We knew it'll be general. You know?
Yeah, we're gonna wait for more information to come out about that. You know, I had put a video up earlier, but you know, through the spirit, I took it down. But the Most High, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, is you know, exposing false prophets, which we'll start with Jeremiah 23. A lot of you individuals, who's you taken away from the doctrine, which that's ultimately your lot. All right, that's what you know. We don't beat a dead horse anymore. Ultimately, you men who are doing these wicked acts in the open, whether it's open or closed, all right? But a lot of you who are getting on camera, boasting in wickedness, all right? Saying that the name of the Lord is this, you know, saying that the heathen can be saved. You know, you guys have no shame, okay? And like I said in the video I did earlier, like I said, I took it down for now. You know, a lot of you Israelite camps, you got 70% truth, 80% truth, may have 90% truth. All right, but the key ingredient is to have 100% truth. You know, a lot of you guys, you almost had it right, like the Sakari, starting with the Sakari, all right, and guys like the Genesis, TGC Ministries, whatever you want to call them, all right, they do teach a portion of the truth, but you guys did a complete 180. All right, once you start saying the heathen can be saved, Esau can be saved, the name of the Most High is Yeshua, his true name is Yeshua. Once you go from 7 months ago saying all praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai to now saying all praises to the Most High, you don't say the name no more. All right, that shows you that you've done a 180. So what is the result of taking away from the doctrine? Matter of fact, we can start with in Revelation where it says, "He that taketh away from the book, words of this book." Get that from me, Baba Kushab, too. So your judgment, you guys' judgment is ultimately going to be, the Most High is going to expose you. All right? In Hakaz's case is his wife, one of his wives, man. Well, we're going to read these scriptures and just generally speak.
Yeah, because
on just a man in general.
Yeah, because it's not just, you know, the flavor of the week. It's damn near all these guys, man. They show no integrity. They show no accountability. But what was it last week or 2 weeks ago? It was the guy in ISUPK saying that Moses fell out the truth.
Right, kind of.
Where's the accountability with that? Where's General Yohana making a video saying, listen, that brother went way off. That is not a part of our doctrine. He's been suspended or whatever it is. Right? Where's the integrity, man? This is, in fact, I'm going to start with adding on to the word.
Okay.
Because it's verse above. Revelation 22 and 18. For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the book of this, the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, which a lot of the camps in question have added, right? They were saying, oh, remember that a few years ago? It was Russia's going to rule after America gets brought down.
You're adding to the prophecies.
Right,
you
right. If any man shall add unto these things, Yahweh shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. Mm-hmm. And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, the Most High shall take away his part out of the book of life.
Right. You're basically saying that the heathen can make it. All right. That was one prophecy. Well, that was one newfound prophecy that TGC Ministries came out with. And then they said the name of the Most High is Yeshua. Mm-hmm. Hassad posted that on his Facebook page, and he wanted proof. He said, prove that the names is Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. All right. So you have a lot of men out there, not just them, that are just making up wayward doctrines. All right, and it's not healthy for the sheep. It's not good food. Okay, the Lord said, if you love me, feed my sheep. So it's not good food, man. It's poison. It's a GMO doctrine. All right, here it is. You have men fighting tooth and nail to keep the doctrine clean and teach the right way. And we have to constantly go back and clean up y'all bullshit, because the scriptures say that we're supposed to contend for the faith. So if we see you out there making a bunch of BS statements and doctrines, we have to go back and correct it, because that's our job.
And then there's times where we don't want to, because there's other things going on in the world that we could talk about that are far more relevant to what's going on. But hey, these things are prophesied to happen. There's going to be in the last days, there's going to be
Scoffers.
Yep, men that give heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils.
And that's what you see amongst those type of men. But see, it's beautiful that the Most High is exposing these guys, man. He's exposing them. And the Lord is showing you, hey, who are my true prophets? He's showing you. He's showing you the way not to go. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 19. And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, the Most High shall take away his part out of the book of life and out of the holy city and from the things which are written in this book.
Now from there, go to Jeremiah 23. Because the Lord spoke about, woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord. The Lord warned us about these men. And all the shit that y'all talked about, the apostles and elders, when it was heavy scoffing season, when it was okay to, GMS is the bum camp, GMS is this, Apostle Tahar needs to retire, all of that shit, man.
Yep, we need to, we treat women like shit. We're always getting on the sisters, but here it is. You guys keep getting caught in this nonsense where, going back to Al-Azhar, because I'm not going to really mention Akkad until more information comes out. But, you had Al-Azhar, his woman was saying all kinds of crazy shit about him, man. He was pimping her out, right? Making her wear that, pimping her out to some white boy wearing a MAGA shirt or whatever it was.
And it's not, it's not against it, if your woman knows she's an Israelite.
Right.
It's not against anything. But sometimes it's just best that you just know. On this side anyway, man, because these fucking women, look at Hakkah.
Yeah.
They will ultimately, because the scriptures say a wicked woman is given a portion to a wicked man, right? That sister may seem like she's all holy, but who knows what she does, but
yeah, I don't get very good vibes.
It's all right, it's back.
But yeah, man.
He had one of his wives on the panel, which is sometimes, that's why the scriptures say, if they shall learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home. But you brothers out there, man, you don't have your wife all up in the ministry, man. You don't have her all up in the ministry like that. You keep her ass at bay on this side, okay? Tell her don't take the chip, all right? If she is so-called in the truth, don't take the chip, all right?
Yeah.
And tell her make sure my kids don't get the chip.
Don't take the chip.
If I'm not around, Other than that, man, give her the names, tell her don't take the chip, and leave that shit alone, pretty much, man.
Because a woman is, the scriptures talk about giving honor to thy wife as the weaker vessel. She's going to be the weaker vessel, man. She's going to be the one that's not as physically strong as you. She's going to be the one that's not as spiritually or mentally strong as you, man. Okay? So therefore, Satan uses her as like a pawn to be an irritant in your life or to come against you, man. You have to be ready for that. Okay? You have to be ready for that. And some of the voice messages that were played, I was like, man, is that guy not, he got caught up in his anger, but come on, man.
And even when you look at the Holy Scriptures, a lot of our forefathers that were great, their downfall was a woman.
Uh-huh.
So how much more, how much more you or somebody else? The woman should get to you, man.
Mm-hmm.
And we all have to know and understand that. Go ahead, you get that.
And it's been like that throughout history, man.
Yeah.
Not just at Israel, but even Rome. One of the final times that Rome got sacked, it was because a woman, one of the king's wives or daughters or something, or back then it was Caesar's, gave one of the enemies information, man. Because a woman will turn her back on you because they're all about feeling security, right? Mm-hmm. But anyways, Jeremiah 23:1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pastors, saith the Lord. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, power of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away.
Yeah, ye have scattered my flock and driven them away with your poison. Okay? You not teaching them the truth. All right? You ultimately teaching them the lies and deceit, the ways of, right now, in this rulership, the Edomites, the ways of the heathen. All right? A lot of you guys will fight tooth and nail about the MOTB. Oh, it's not physical, it's spiritual. We'll go into the definition of words. We'll go into 5 or 6 different words and showing you that it's physical, but you guys will still say it's spiritual. All right? No matter how much, you can clearly see that this society is going into a fucking digital prison, and you'll still say, oh, the MOTB ain't the shit.
They're building a fucking near Lake, I believe it's near Lake Tahoe. They're building a data center that's 30 square miles. That's bigger than this entire fucking city, man. Imagine you gotta work there and you get lost.
Yeah. They going into 15-minute cities.
Yep.
All right. Trump just flew to fucking China to meet with them.
And they got data centers all over the place.
Yeah. And the U.S. is constantly saying, oh, China's going to be ahead of us in AI and all of this shit. They already ahead of you, man. They already using, everybody in China damn near got a digital ID. All right? They know what's going on.
The thing is what makes America experts at things is they know how to monetize it. They've been doing the best job at monetizing, making money off this AI. Whereas China is kind of
giving it out.
Yeah. But anyways, Jeremiah 23:2. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, power of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people, ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings, saith the Lord.
And in this case, all right, that can be talking about Israelite leaders too. All right, because you in a position of a so-called pastor, you're a leader. All right, the Lord is going to visit upon you the evil of your doing. So when you see the Lord using a woman to expose a man, or using other men to expose a man, and it's in righteousness, all right, that's how the Most High works. He's mocking you. He's laughing at you in the spirit. Okay, that's why you got to be careful. Our jobs is supposed to be to watch over the flock, not scatter them, not poison them. You're supposed to watch over the flock. The scriptures say, take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine. So when you go out there and teach, you're supposed to be watching over brothers, man. Making sure you're not slipping with the doctrine.
And the Lord said that I will visit upon you the evil
of your doings.
Of your doings, man. So a lot of the things that these guys are accusing us of, they're doing. Yeah, it's like a lot of these sellout camps, when the time comes, they're gonna take that C hit, man, because they're all about money.
Yeah, a lot of these guys who getting exposed, when they expose you, they'll put the concrete evidence on the screen, man. Mm-hmm. Oh, this guy was doing this, this guy was doing that. And they'll have text messages and proof and all of that. But when it comes to Great Millstone, when it comes to the apostles on down, you'll say some slanderous shit. But nobody can ever say, I seen that guy do that. Like, y'all know what we talking about with the grape thing, man. Has any brother in GMS ever went to jail over that? Is there any concrete evidence? No, it was fucking slander.
And it still holds.
And the biggest nigga that was slandering us for that went to jail for the same shit. Mm-hmm. Brother Polite. So that's the Most High mocking these people, man.
And it was to my knowledge, it was one of his wife's daughters, man.
Yeah. Don't play with the Most High, man.
Messing with one that's going off too. Messing with your woman's daughter, man.
Yep. Don't play with the Most High. The Most High has his way of of mocking people, man. Go ahead.
And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries whither I have driven them, and will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase.
Yeah, because there's camps everywhere. So Yahweh Shem Yahshai is gonna set up camps everywhere so they can be gathered. All right. From there, get where it says look over the flock, roughly paraphrasing.
First Peter, I believe it is.
Yeah, 1 Peter 5:2. So yeah, man, you got these guys, you know, they doing what they want to do. They having their way with this truth. And ultimately they're money hungry, bloodthirsty leeches, man. They'll do anything for money. All right? They'll extort the flock, they'll extort their brother, they'll extort their wife. They'll do anything for money. Just to try to stunt for the nation. Now we know how now we know how you was driving that damn G-Wagon, man. Go ahead, bro. Now we know how you was driving the G-Wagon. Go ahead.
This is 1 Peter 5:1. The elders which are among you, which is you guys, right? Because y'all claim to be leaders of Israel.
Yeah, y'all claim to be.
Right? Who am also an elder and a witness of the sufferings of Yahushua, and also a partaker of the glory that shall be revealed. Feed the flock of the Most High which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly, not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind.
Right, read that part again.
Verse 2, feed the flock of the Most High which is among you.
Yeah, feed the flock. You're supposed to feed them with food that's good for good nourishment. All right, you're supposed to feed them food that's gonna nourish their spirits. Feed the flock of the Most High which is among you. The Most High compared it. He told Ezekiel to eat this roll and then go out and speak. That was representation of the word, because you could compare the word to bread. So when you feed the flock, you feeding them. You're not supposed to feed them molded bread. You're supposed to feed them good bread, fresh bread. The bread that you made the other day. That fresh bread, man. You know?
That might be the last loaf I make. It's starting to get hot out, man.
You gotta feed Jake food that's sustainable for their spirit. Go ahead.
Feed the flock of the Most High which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly, not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind.
Yeah, not for filthy lucre, not being a blood-sucking nigga that'll do anything for money. Okay? You sucking people dry for funds. You threatening people's you threatening people's livelihood for money. All right? You're not supposed to do that, man. All right? But that's what men out here are doing.
You're not supposed to be threatening people's lives to begin with.
Exactly, man. Some of you guys are you're bad individuals, man. For the camera, you're a different person, but you're niggas, man.
You're a bad influence.
Yeah. When that camera goes off, you guys are turning into niggas. All right? And that's what we're starting to see, man. The Most High is showing us. Go ahead.
Neither as being lords over God's heritage, but being examples to the flock.
But being examples into the flock. Okay? People ain't supposed to have all these bad and negative things to say about you.
I gotta get that then. Let's see.
Yeah, con. People ain't supposed to go and say, hey, man, nah, I don't like that dude, man. People are supposed to speak highly of you if you are a representation of Yahweh Shem Yahshai. If you say you a man of the Lord, all right? Ain't none of us perfect, okay? Ain't none of us walking around like we're over righteous. But when brothers speak of you, they're supposed to say, that's a good brother, man. He's a cool dude. You know, he's humble, all right? Brothers ain't supposed to be walking around like, I don't want to be around that dude, man. That's not a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You can get it in NLT.
I gotta start at verse 2 for that NLT.
Mm-hmm.
Care for the flock that the Most High has entrusted to you. You guys have pretty big followings, man. The Lord gave that to you to entrust, to put that in your care, right? To be stewards. Okay? But you've deceived those members, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Watch out over it willingly, not grudgingly, not for what you will get out of it.
Yeah, not for what you would get out of it.
Oh my goodness. Not
right.
for what you will get out of it, because you are eager to serve Yahweh.
And that's what it's really all about. It's about being able to receive this gift, to give it to the elect. All right, to be able to receive this gift to preach. What we're doing is we've been given a gift. Freely you have received, freely give. And during your everyday life, during your everyday walk, you know, when you just doing your thing, when you're not prophesying, you know, being the best person, the best Israelite man you can be. That might sound cliche, but you know, you just trying to please the Most High and not go off. That's what I mean. All right, because being in this flesh, you know, the scriptures speak about the flesh and the spirit constantly fighting up against each other. You always trying to please the spirit, you know. So it's a constant battle, man. We already at war with ourselves. Every day we at war with ourselves, man. So not only are we fighting against ourselves, we gotta try to be good examples to the flock, man, to the brothers. Go ahead.
It's gonna be in verse 3. Don't lord it over the people assigned to your care, but lead them by your own good example. All right, this is verse 4 back in the KJV. And when the chief shepherd, which is Yahweh Shai, shall appear, ye shall receive a crown of glory that fadeth not away. And that brings me to that, brings to mind that scripture, I believe it's in Corinthians, about a corruptible crown versus an incorruptible crown, man. Y'all are striving for that incorruptible, or for that corruptible crown. Y'all want the social media views, the subscribers, the Instagram followers, right? The donations, okay, the clout, the debates, your little podcast bullshit.
Yep.
All that, man. Okay? But we're striving for an incorruptible crown. That's a glory that doesn't fade away, man. All right? That's something that can't be corrupted. Remember when Sa Neter gave Elazar, I vaguely remember it, but I remember it. He gave him the Israelite of the Year award. And Elazar was sitting there like he just won his first fucking NBA championship or Super Bowl ring. Act like it was the greatest day of his life. That's a corruptible crown, man.
Yep.
Sa Neter's a fucking Kemet heathen.
God.
They worship. When you look at what them Kemet people worship, man, they're all fucked up. They worship giant. They worship statues of men with giant phallic symbols, man.
So yeah, man, brothers out there, you gotta you know, make sure you're not getting caught up with these false prophets, man. That's what I'll say. Because when I was watching that video on Deacon Hakah, you know, when he apologized to his wife, a lot of people, they was basically feeling sorry for the dude on the comment board. But when you go on the video that his wife did, you know, people was like, damn, he's a narcissist. I hope you get away from this dude, you know? Because people they'll have compassion. Jake is a compassionate people, but they don't see how the Most High is making this thing come out. These dudes switched up their whole fucking doctrine, man. They switched up their whole doctrine. He's still teaching with a hat on after years and years and years of showing them scriptures that any man praying or prophesying covering his head, dishonor of his head. He still can't take it off. Right?
And it's something simple.
It's something simple. But because they don't say that Paul's not valid, even though Paul said let the things that I write unto you be the commandments of the Lord, because who taught Paul? Yahweh Shai. All right? So by you saying you don't respect Paul, you really saying you don't respect Yahweh Shai, man. These things are simple.
So you coming against Paul's writings. What about the book of Acts, man? Paul's all over the book of Acts.
Yeah.
Is that valid? The Acts of the Apostles?
Yeah.
You know? But by downplaying Paul, you're downplaying the things that Peter did, because Peter was alongside Paul during a lot of the book of Acts, man.
But they use those scriptures when it's convenient for them.
Uh-huh.
When you want to so-called cut somebody, you'll bring those scriptures out. Go ahead.
This is Luke 8:17. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad.
Yeah.
You know?
Go ahead.
It's basically like a year after your leader, your great leader got exposed, man. It was around the same time last year.
And the Most High gonna take all these guys down, man. I believe he's saving the IUIC for last. But he gonna take all these guys down, man. Al-Azhar, he's just on podcasts now. He's completely in the world.
Yep.
All right. His YouTube channel has turned into something that's, worldly.
It has been.
Yeah, worldly. Ain't nobody even talking about that dude no more. All right. But a lot of you guys, y'all, the Most High gonna make you fall back in that path too. Just like him. All you niggas who came up under him, y'all gonna fall back in that path too. And the Most High gonna break all that shit up. TGC Ministries, he gonna break it all up, man. Just like he did the Sakari. I don't even know if the Sakari is still out there. They could be. They could be. I ain't seen no videos, but they could be still out there. All right. What the hell is this dude doing? I didn't see if he was like trying to take a picture of us or something.
Yeah, you got a lot of
He was?
weird. No. You got a lot of weird movements.
Oh, yeah. No, we good. Yeah.
This is Proverbs 10:9. He that walketh uprightly walketh surely. And who's walking surely in these days? It's the brothers in Great Millstone, man, beginning with the apostles. Okay, we know what we believe. We don't have to constantly change up the doctrine. We're not constantly getting caught up in scandals and hearsay and bullshit. Right? He that walketh uprightly walketh surely, but he that perverteth his ways shall be known. And that word perverted, it doesn't necessarily mean sexual perversion. It means perverted, man. Like going like sitting on the side or coming up some other way. Yahweh Shai said that any man who cometh up any other way, he's a thief and a robber.
Yep.
Okay? Sincerity, man. When you perverteth your ways, you're not walking in sincerity. This is Ecclesiastes
go ahead.
12 and 13 through 14. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For Yahweh shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. And that's why we need grace, man. That's why we need mercy, because we all have dirty laundry. We all got dirty laundry, man. We all go off. We've all done things, even in this ministry. We might look back a couple years back and said, man, what the hell was I? How am I still in the truth? I did that wicked thing, But that's also another thing that the Lord looks for is for accountability, man. You acknowledge that you did those wrongs and you continue to improve.
Yep.
And when you slip, you slip. That's what mercy is for, man.
Yep. And that's why we need Yahweh Shai. Ultimately,
And this is
and that's why brothers should pray for mercy, man, and compassion, and you pray for humility. You pray that the Lord keeps a humble spirit on you, because the scriptures tell us that knowledge puffeth up. Go ahead.
2 Corinthians 5 and 10. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Yahweh Shai. And these guys acting like they ain't gonna appear before no judgment seat, man.
Yeah. What's up?
Hey, truck?
Yeah.
You can't park there.
Is it illegal parking?
Yeah, it's illegal. You get a ticket right away. So I already called the cops.
Oh, okay. I'll move it.
How long are you here for?
I mean, it really don't matter. If it's illegal, it's illegal.
You can probably park in that driveway right there.
All right. This is all right. Yeah, brother gotta go move his truck real quick. This is 2 Corinthians 5 and 10. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of the Most High, that every one may receive the things done in his body according to that he hath done, whether it be good or bad. So the things that you've done, the things that you've done behind the camera, you know, closed doors, your family life, how you treat brothers, right? All those things are you're gonna have to make account for, man. Okay? Because there's a lot of guys that they may come in the name, right? But really, they're just ravening wolves, man. In fact, let me get this in Matthew. Matthew 7 and 21. Not every one that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. And there's a lot of men that come in the name, okay? Or at least at one time you did come in the name. Now you're changing it up. But that's just a path that you're taking to get sifted out of here, right? Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? Okay? And in thy name have cast out devils. And in thy name done many wonderful works. And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity, man. Right? And that's a lot of these guys, man. And the Lord is revealing these things in these last days. Okay? Because the Lord is putting a no excuses spirit out there, man. He's sending plagues on the earth. He's sending geopolitical tensions, economic upheaval, right? People are living in fear. They don't know whether they're going to have a fucking job in a couple years because all these robots and data centers being built. Okay, that's the time that we're living in, man. Okay, so here it is. You guys are doing all kinds of weird shit behind the scenes, right? And it's getting brought to light, but you're being ignorant of the matters that are going on in the world, man. All right, that should put a fear in you that the coming of our Lord is near, and that's really what it is, man. They don't have the spirit of the Lord because they're not looking for His coming, man. So they could do all this wickedness and all this nonsense, man, and get away with it. Now this is in Isaiah 30 and 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, ye shall not, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, right? But thy eyes shall see thy teachers. Okay? And what are those teachers what traits are those teachers gonna have? They're gonna show consistency, and they're gonna show sincerity, man. Okay? We called you guys out years ago, man, because we know when somebody's a poser. Okay? We know when somebody's a poser, man, and you guys have been out of there as being a bunch of posers, man. Okay? And thy ears shall hear a word behind thee saying, because you look at the apostles of Great Millstone, man, ain't no gimmicks. Ain't no gimmicks, man. You're just getting sincere. You're just getting the raw truth, like sushi, like we always used to say. Okay? That's what you get with the apostles of Great Millstone, man. Because they're not branched off in all kinds of other bullshit. Why? Because we're looking for the coming of our Lord.
Yep.
Okay? When you're looking for the coming of your Lord, man, you're not going to get involved in all that other nonsense. Because these guys, honestly, sometimes I don't even know if they really believe. I just think it's something for them to do.
Yeah, they in it for the wrong reasons. They in it for the wrong reasons. They're not in it to really be saved. You know, they're not really in it to be saved from the destruction, man. We know that these things that we've been prophesying and prophesying about are going to actually take place. All right? We know that these things are going to take place, and we can't we're not in a position to save ourselves from shit.
Right. Like look at the MOTB around the horizon, man. Right? You guys should be talking about that nonstop. They're building data centers all over the fucking place. Mm-hmm. Elon's going on all these forums talking about brain chips and robots. There being more robots than people in the world, and nobody's going to have a purpose, or nobody's going to have to work. Well, if nobody has to work or have a purpose, then what are the elites going to do? They're going to get rid of a lot of those people. Okay, because that's the plan. You guys ain't putting that out there.
Yeah, and they plan on doing that by giving you more jabs, giving you lab meat, taking the food out of the earth and giving you fucking fake food, man. You know?
And all that is centered around that chip. Okay? They make you useless. You ain't got a way of providing for yourself. You ain't got a way of feeding yourself, been separated through nature. The data centers take over, the robots take over all the jobs, then you become a slave to them and they get to chip you, man. Mm-hmm. That's how that's the path that it seems to be going down. Anyways, this is verse 21, Isaiah 30 and 21. And thy ears shall hear a word behind thee saying, this is the way, walk ye in it. When ye turn to the right hand, and when ye turn to the left. And these guys obviously don't know. And you guys that are following these clowns, okay, you ain't hearing the spirit, man. Because the spirit ain't talking to you. You know? The spirit ain't working with you guys.
Well, a lot of you individuals, a lot of you Israelites who follow these individuals who teach that bullshit, you're amazed by how they look and their fringes, you know? And you don't want to follow men like us or the apostles because they too rough, you know? Oh, they doctrine is too strict. You want the fucking easy way, you know? All these other dudes do is to tell you to keep the laws, you know? And that's it.
We speak too rough. We're too hard on the women. We need to be more family value Israelites, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys that are teaching that shit and pushing that shit, look what you're doing.
You're the worst people. You're the worst people, man.
You would think all the men in Great Millstone fucking beat their wives and shit, man. Yep. The way you guys act, we might treat our women the best out of all the camps.
Hey, I was about to say that, man. You know,
I was thinking that earlier.
Yeah, when you don't see us on the camera, off the camera, we're being fathers. Brothers are being husbands, you know. Brothers are doing their things with their family when they have time. You know, trying to be good leaders to their kids and shit. But if you watch us on camera, you wouldn't think that, which you should think that, because we ain't really the brothers from like 07 to like 2010, that generation, we nothing like we used to be. We used to be out here with the hammer.
That's spiritual, right, man, because that old channel, Niagara Falls 1, is still up. Yeah. And I was sending that, and I was showing brothers that at dinner last week, and they were like, man.
Yeah.
I can't believe that channel's still up.
Yeah, we used to be a lot more, you know, young and fresh in the spirit and more harder, you know, but the Most High smoothed things out. And we were still good people then. We just was more radical on camera. All right, you know? But now, hey, the prophecies are playing out. Things are going. There's a constant current of events going on, and we're just watching this thing play out, man.
Well, they have Esau has this legislation called it's going in effect bits and pieces, you know. Every year there's a new provision being added, and I believe it's called the Report Act. And under one of the provisions, it covers extremist views. All right? Extremist views. If you see extremist views, you got to report it. A lot of these social media sites, if they don't report extremist views, they're going to start getting fines. And at first, it was just like drug trafficking and, you know, kiddie stuff, you know, reporting that. And then it extended into domestic extremism. But that's how Esau does, man. He creates a law, and it seems like a really good thing at first. And then he adds these provisions onto it over time that get you under their net, like it says in Psalms 10. Right?
Where was you at?
Isaiah 30 and 21, we read it. Let me see if we got something else. This is Colossians 3 and 9. Lie not one to another, saying that ye have put off the old man with his deeds, and have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him. And that seems to be another issue with Israel. A lot of guys, they never fully put off that old man. They still want to be gangsters. They still want to, or in the case of the recent thing, pimps, extortioners, right? Hustlers. You got to put that shit aside, man. You got to look at your old man and with disgust, really. Yeah. Even your first few years in the truth, when you were getting cleansed, right? When you were getting baptized by the word still, okay? Which, you know, we never stop getting baptized by the word, but when you first come in, you really work hard at it. Even then, you look at yourself like, man, I was such a simp.
We're still working on ourselves to this day.
Yeah.
You're still working on yourself, man. You still. Oh, why you trying to? Look at that. That's he's attacking the crow. That's I don't know what type of bird that is, but it's an all black one with like a red
little ass bird too.
Yeah, it's got like a red spot on him. But he looked like he was about to.
Yeah, he looked like
and crow. You don't see many birds chasing a crow away.
Especially a crow that's 5 times. That crow is 5 times the size of that little ass bird, man. One peck and it would have been done.
That's a spirit. Crow was running.
Probably chasing him away from his nest.
Yeah. That was pretty cool right there.
Proverbs 9 and 8. Reprove not a scorner, lest he hate thee. Rebuke a wise man, and he will love thee. Okay, your ability to take rebuke and correction, that's, in my spiritual opinion, that's one of the top things in this truth, is being able to handle rebuke. How many times have we seen guys that couldn't take rebuke, man?
You got to be able to have that humility in your spirit, man. It's important, because once you buck up and you always being the guy that acting like you ain't do something or that you didn't offend nobody, that's when the Most High begins to deal with you. You know, you gotta make sure that, you know, if you getting rebuked, it's for a reason, man. Especially if you getting rebuked by, you know, brothers that are sincere, it's for a reason.
I just went off right there. I strained at a net. I tried to swipe the net.
So you gotta make sure that happened to me too, man. I remember one time when I was in the main camp, Apostle Rakah and Apostle Tahar, and we had like a council. They probably won't remember. They probably had so many councils throughout the years, and Apostle Tahar was kind of going light on it. You know, it was really like, you know, y'all brothers got to watch what y'all do, and I was scared as shit. But then when we came back to the to Niagara Falls area, and then we accepted a individual into our camp, we didn't know the shit he was doing. We put him back in the camp. Apostle Ricard was rebuking the shit out of us, man. He was calling us simps, and those guys that he with, those little simps. You know, I remember he had on all black. He had on the black gloves. He's out there. And those guys that he with, those simps, you know, he's calling us simps and shit. We was like, oh, you know, we was, you know, kind of nervous, you know.
I remember that. It was
Yeah.
on GMS Give Them No Rest 4. I
Mhm.
remember that, man. Because I actually, when you were moving your truck, I actually brought out one of the scriptures that he brought out, Matthew 7:21. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, that
So
was
you got,
it.
yeah, we didn't buck up like, oh, you know, we just took the rebuke, man. You know, you got to take that rebuke sometime.
Yeah, we had counsel some guy years back, and he's still out there teaching, and he had to get kicked out at the council because he got caught lying and bucking up at the council, man. You know that those, especially when you're in a council, man. That's like the hot seat. All right, that's like that. It's like a hot seat. It's like one of these so-called athletes that get caught in a legal thing, and then they go and see the franchise owner. He's like, I don't know if I want to pay you this kind of money if you're going to be going to jail, bro, being a distraction. Right? You think that star athlete sits there and starts yelling at that billionaire sitting across from him? Hell no, man. Right? You got to take heed to counsel, man. This is James 5:16. Actually, yeah, 5:16. Confess your faults one to another and pray one for another that ye may be healed. The effectual, fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. So confessing your faults is important, man. It's a sign of humility, right? Especially if you consider yourself to be in a leadership position. All right, that's how you heal. All right, that's a step forward to healing. Like if you look at what Esau does with drug addiction, right? The first thing you have to do in that 12-step program, which is, I don't know where that comes from. It may be satanic. I don't know. But one of the first things is you have to admit that you're powerless over alcohol or powerless over the drug that you're addicted to, right? And then you take steps forward to recovery, right? It's kind of similar in a way. I'm not going to say it's the exact same.
Bottom line is, man, going into what we were saying earlier, man, you know, just try to be a good servant of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. All right, you know, make sure you ain't being wicked, man, because that's, if you being wicked in this ministry, it's gonna come out, man. It's gonna come out. You being wicked in the, you know, when you ain't on camera off, it's gonna come out, man. You got to be careful with how you walk in this thing, you know.
And even if you've done some wickedness behind the scenes, how you handle it, even when the camera is off, is so important, man. You know, you can't just go acting like you did no wrong. If you did wrong, man, you know, you gotta have a little jolt of fear in you.
Yeah, these guys are fucking. It's a wheel of wickedness. The scriptures say our righteousness is as filthy rags, but these guys, they have a wheel of wickedness, man. You know, they just continuously going off, and it's bullshit. You know, so you got to make sure you doing your thing. You got something else?
Yeah, Matthew 13:9. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away even that he hath. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. All right. But yeah, that's pretty much it on that, man. But these guys, they don't understand the mysteries, man. You know, everything is like a big mystery to them. And it goes, and you know, a mystery goes deeper than understanding who the Lord came for. A mystery goes deeper than understanding what the MLTB is, man. You know, sometimes it's a mystery to be able to conduct yourself as a man of the Lord, man, because we're in a modern world. Okay, we're in a modern world, and the scriptures say, remember the old paths. Okay, we can only emulate an ancient man. We can't really live like an ancient man.
Right.
All right. So there's going to be flaws with you when you're living in a modern world, man.
The shit you surrounded by, man. Anything else? All right, man. So Lord willing, you brothers were edified. All right, we're gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakodash. All right, double honor to the apostles and elders of the great millstone that taught us this truth through the Holy Spirit. Peace and blessings and salutations to the elect. All right, shalom.